I see it every day in his face, his tone, and the way he looks at me now. He's devastated, angry, and completely lost faith in me. I had an affair 3 years ago, and he just found out about it a few weeks ago. While I've tried to explain, apologize, and take accountability, I don't know if anything I do will ever be enough to repair the damage I caused. Back then, we were in a rough place. Our child was only a few months old, and I was dealing with postpartum depression that my doctors largely ignored. At the same time, he was working long hours at a job that he hated. When we were finally home together, we were both emotionally and physically spent. Our conversations turned into arguments, our time together felt cold, and intimacy became almost non-existent. Instead of addressing the issues directly and working on them with him, I took the selfish and cowardly route. I started an affair with a coworker. This coworker was younger, less complicated, and was ready to do the thing anytime and anywhere. He was insatiable, and at one time we parked our company vehicle by the road and did our business in broad daylight. I told myself it was my compensation for being a mom and having such poor sleep and no attention from my husband whatsoever. I hate myself for that. I put my job at risk, my family at risk, and all for something that meant absolutely nothing in the long run. I ended the affair after a few months because I knew it was wrong, but I didn't confess. I just buried it and hoped it would never come to light. Fast forward to now. A few weeks ago, he found an old email I had written to the other man, referring to one of the instances when we had a better than usual time. I had just come home from work, and my husband confronted me. At first, I panicked. I denied everything because I didn't know what else to do. But when he pushed and presented the evidence, I admitted to the affair. I told him it was over years ago and that I had no contact with the other man since. He didn't take that as comfort. Why would he? He's been betrayed, lied to, and left questioning everything about our relationship. I let him go through my phone, my car, and anything else he wants. I blocked the other man on every platform, even though I hadn't spoken to him in months. I've tried to answer every question he's asked, no matter how painful. I've spent hours talking to him, letting him vent, and trying to reassure him that I'm committed to fixing this. But I can see the toll it's taking on him. Since D-Day, I've been doing everything I can to show him I'm sorry. I've been trying to give him the affection and attention I know he felt was missing, to be the partner he deserves. But no matter how much I try, I can feel that it's not enough. Everything I do is tainted by what I've done. I can see it in his eyes and the way he looks at me now. Every kind word, every gentle touch feels hollow to him because it's coming from me, the person who broke him. I tell him how much I love him, how much I regret what I did, and I mean it with everything I have. But even I wonder how much of this is real versus a desperate attempt to fix the damage I caused. The hardest part for me is the waiting to see if he can ever forgive me, waiting to see if he'll ever believe me when I tell him I'm committed to rebuilding what we had, waiting for him to stop replaying it all in his head, waiting for myself to stop replaying it too. I don't know if I'll ever be able to help him feel safe again. I didn't realize how devastating cheating could be until I saw it through his eyes. I didn't just hurt him, I took away the foundation of everything we built together. And the truth is, I don't know if I'll ever be able to give him back what I took. Update, it's over. Last week he asked for a divorce. For the past 4 months I thought we were trying to rebuild after my affair, but now I see that we were really just delaying the inevitable. He was here physically, but emotionally, he was already gone. For months he's been distant but polite, keeping up appearances for the sake of our child and our household. He'd come home from work, say everything was fine, and then go about his routine as if nothing had changed. But things weren't fine. There was no affection, no warmth between us anymore. The dead bedroom that had haunted us for years still lingered, even though I wanted to fix it. I tried initiating conversations, asked him what he needed, tried to be patient and give him time, but it felt like he was only going through the motions. When he finally asked for the divorce, he wasn't angry, just calm, tired, and resolute. He told me that he couldn't trust me anymore, and no matter how hard I was trying, he couldn't move past what I had done. He said he felt like he'd been pretending for months, trying to make it work for our family, but he couldn't keep pretending anymore. He told me he wasn't doing it out of anger or revenge. He simply couldn't see a future where he felt safe and happy with me again. The hardest part is knowing I brought this on myself. I spent months after D-Day giving him access to my phone, answering every question he had, and being as open and honest as I could be. I stopped all the behaviors that had hurt him. No more secrecy, no more hiding anything. I stopped communicating with AP completely and cut off the sex. I've tried to show him how much I regret what I did, but I know my efforts were never going to erase the betrayal. Words like, "I love you," felt empty to him now. He didn't believe me anymore, just like I hadn't believed him back when he'd said it during those dark years of distance and rejection. We still have to co-parent, and I'm determined to be the best mother I can be for our child. But that's all we'll be now, co-parents. The marriage is over, and as much as it hurts, I know he deserves peace. I can't be angry at him for making this decision. I've hurt him too deeply, and I know this divorce is the only way he can begin to heal. I'll carry the pain of this for the rest of my life. I'll carry the knowledge that I took something beautiful and destroyed it. And now all I can do is move forward alone and figure out how to rebuild my life after everything I've done. Story 2. I know I've messed up again and again, and even though I want to fix it, I don't know if I ever can. He's trying so hard to believe in me, but I've given him every reason to doubt, and I can see how much of this is breaking him. The guilt I feel is overwhelming, but it doesn't seem to matter when I'm faced with temptation. It's like I can't stop myself, no matter how much I hate what I've done after the fact. It started as small, impulsive mistakes, things I told myself didn't really matter, like a kiss on a dance floor or a flirtation that went a little too far. But it kept escalating. I've had casual hookups, lied to him about it, and hid so much of myself from him. Even when we started therapy, and I promised I was serious about changing, I still screwed up. One of those hookups happened while we were already in therapy. I didn't even tell him about it. He had to find out. The thing is, I want to be better. I really do. But sometimes I wonder if I even have it in me. There's this part of me that needs the validation I get from other men, the excitement, the flirtation, the chase. It's like I crave it, even though I know it's wrong. I know it hurts him, but in the moment, it's like I convince myself it won't matter, that I can hide it, or that I'll change after this one last time. I've been trying harder lately. I've stopped going out to places where I know I'll get into trouble. I've been more present with him, more honest, or at least as honest as I can be. Things have been good recently, better than they've been in a while. He hasn't caught me doing anything for months, and I'm genuinely trying to keep it that way. But I can tell he doesn't fully trust me. How could he? I'm not trustworthy at all. All along, I've been having minor transgressions every now and then. 2 months ago, I had sex with his sister's husband. I know without a doubt if he finds that out, that'll mark the end for us. He's asked me if I really can change. If I'm being honest, I don't know. Part of me is terrified that this is just who I am. A selfish, impulsive person who ruins the good things in life because I can't control myself. But the other part of me wants to believe I can be different. For him, for us. I want the life we've talked about. Marriage, kids, moving to California. But I know my words probably mean nothing to him right now. I can see how much this has eaten him up inside. He's scared I'm just wasting his time, that in a few years he'll find out I've been lying to him all over again. And the truth is, I'm scared too. I don't want to lose him, but I've already taken so much from him. His trust, his peace of mind, the relationship he thought we had. I keep telling myself I'll change, but I know that just saying it doesn't mean much. I don't know if he'll ever believe me again. I don't blame him if he doesn't, but I want to try. B.